Welcome to the administration video for Fashion Life, a premium Joomla template for Joomla 2.5 and Joomla 3. And right now we're in the backend administrator for Joomla. So let's start here with the main menu. As you see, here's the main menu setup. Each of the parent links are here, and these are the child links. So you have your first one here, your features, which goes to a single article, and then you have the child options, which are the drop downs. And this is pretty much so set up as normally with Joomla. I just want to show you one thing here. So in doing the page classes for our portfolio left and our portfolio right, as seen here in the demo, let's go ahead and let's view the site. And let's go here to Joomla content and see portfolio left. This gives you a featured article on the left and two articles here on the right. And this is for leading content. So let's go back to the administrator and see here. Portfolio left. And this is just a category. We've selected our demo content here. And then here in the page display options is where you would put left large. And you can do that for left large, center large, right large. In your blog layout, you have your leading articles set to 3. If you want to have intro articles with like columns of 4 underneath it, you can set this for how many intro articles. The leading and the left large, center left, and those come in here under the leading articles. So let's close out of there. And let's go to the article manager now. And here's our Joomla content articles. For the Joomla content articles, as you see, we have our intro text here with a P class, and then we hit the read more button here to create the system read more. So this gives us intro text and this gives us full text. If we go over here in the images and links, this is where you add your images. So this would be your intro image, the smaller version, thumbnail size, and then this is your full article image. And now let's go ahead and check out the components. Let's check out K2. Here's the K2 category view. These are the categories. And as you see here, to create the categories, we've gone ahead and just put in what it is. Select the template Fashion Life. That's going to be a very important part if you're just installing this on a fresh Joomla install without using the quick start. And then here we have our image. So let's go ahead and check out the items. And here, the same thing with the Joomla content and with K2. We have our intro and then we have our read more. In K2, this is where you add your image. You can add an image gallery here if you have the simple Image Gallery Pro from Joomla Works. The media, we're just using a YouTube ID to put that in. We're not using any extra fields in this or attachments. And so now we can move on to Easy Image Gallery. Easy Image Gallery is handling two parts here. It's handling the slideshow and it's handling our gallery. So let's talk about how we're going to go ahead and set up our slideshow here. To get the slideshow, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to your server with an FTP program and upload a folder called slideshow, or you can name it whatever you want to name it. And then you open the Easy Image Gallery and you find the slideshow folder here. These are your folders. And here's your slides. So we'll go ahead and select slide 1. And as you see, we've got the folder slideshow, the file name. Now here's where you put the title in. If you read the documentation, you'll see that we're going to use Uno slide or title, UT slide 1. So for each of these consecutively, you're going to use slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Then we have our description, and we have our div class description width here. And that's our description. If you want to put a link to a Joomla article, you can just put a link in here or to a K2 article. And so you see it's the same here for slide 2. So now we'll go over here to the module manager. And let's go ahead and find the inset position. And now you're going to see here's the Uno slider. So we're going to want to publish the Easy Image Gallery Uno slider in this position. We're going to select the image folder slideshow with a width of 980, 510, theme, text, thumbnail scale to fit, image title, and description. And then you have some other things here. One thing you want to make sure of here is you have no inner pad in your module class suffix. So there's no inner padding on the module, so it goes full width. And then you just turn it on and you're good to go. That's how you set up the slideshow. So next, let's go to that user 1 position. That is the K2 content wall. So we can just use this finder here to find user 1, and we'll see that we have the K2 content wall. Additionally, we have a Deluxe News Pro here. So if you don't want to use K2 and just want to use Joomla content, you can just turn this one on. But we're going to go with how the demo is set up, so let's look at this. So you see we have our featured stories here. We have our categories selected. We have 3 columns, 2 rows, 1 page. And then we selected Fashion Life Featured Stories User 1. And you can go ahead and select another template from here, like let's say you don't want it to animate. With the CSS3, you select the No Animate. But for here, we're using User 1. Another feature here is that if you actually want to edit this markup, but you don't want to have to go in via Dreamweaver or download the file and open it with TextEdit or something, you can just go ahead here and switch the template and see the load button. Now we can switch it back. In Joomla 3, the edit button is always there. So right now, we're here at the Fashion Life Feature Story User 1, and we can load the markup right in here. As you see, here's the markup. So if you want to change any of this, you can just load it in here and change the markup at will. And this is selected none. So let's go back and select User 1. Now this is for the HTML markup here. Now if we go down here to the advanced options, you're going to see by doing that as well, we loaded in all the CSS. So you can edit the CSS here. And the other important thing to know about this is we are using Bootstrap and the template is responsive. So here under alternative layout, you want to set it from default to float. And as well, the module class suffix is no inner pad. Now let's check the user 7, which is the same thing. And you'll see user 7 is here. And we can go to the editor's picks. And you'll see it's set up the exact same way. So now let's go to that user 22 position where we have our video. And you'll see here latest media. And this is our Joomla Ecstasy HTML module. So you can just put your own HTML. As you'll see, we have the iframe here that comes from Vimeo when we select the embed option that we just drop in this div class video wrapper. The div class video wrapper makes it responsive. And as well, we have the no inner pad here. Now we can check out Write 5, which has our photo gallery, which is the Joomla Ecstasy Easy Image Slideshow. And all you have to do to set this up is put in the slide width and the height, select the image folder that you want, and then configure these settings here. We have a mobile pad module class on it, and we have the alternative layout to white. And now we can go down to the bottom 1 through 4 menus and see that all this is a Joomla core menu. We just select the menu, don't show sub-items, start level 1, all. In the advanced options, we have a menu class suffix of bottom menu 25p. Alternative layout is default. And now let's go here to the footer modules and see that we have our socializer wall. And the way that the Joomla socializer wall works is you just put in what position number you want it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Main area, more area. There's a main area and a more area. So for this one, we just used the main area. As you see, we'll go down here. We have a link for Facebook. We put it in 1, and we put the URL to Facebook. For the demo, we just have our main website in there. Google is number 2, and so on. And down here, at the bottom of all this, again, we have templates made for this. So you just select Fashion Life Footer, select your icon size and your icon type, circle, rounded, or regular, and you're good to go. In the advanced options for this, we use alternative layout float and mod blank. What mod blank is doing, since it's at the bottom and all of our modules have a background assigned to them, we're going to use mod blank so it makes it transparent. So let's close out of there and let's go ahead and check out our footer, legals, which is a custom HTML module. And you see here, we just have custom HTML in there. Advanced options, again, mod blank, alternative layout, default. Let's go ahead and check out the main menu now. Let's go back to our menu modules. So we're going to do this. We're going to not select position. Let's go ahead and select by type. And let's just go to menu. So here we have our menu bar left. This is the main menu. In the menu bar left, you'll see show sub-menu items. Yes, one and all. We selected our main menu. Under advanced options, all you need to do is set up responsive if you want it to be responsive. Default if we're not responsive. Mobile makes it mobile all the time. Icon side is for a side menu. But for this one, we want to set it to responsive, and that's all you have to do. And now let's look at our top right. Go here to position and top right. And you'll see here, we're using the K2 search. If you just want to use the Joomla search, you can turn the Joomla search on, but since we base this on K2, we're using K2 search. So we're going to select the K2 search, and you'll see we have a mobile suffix here of mobile hide, and then we have search box. And down here in the settings for this, you have your search box settings. And now let's look at menu right 1. Menu right 1, as you've seen in the first demo, we have 2 modules here. We have our top slide module and we have our mobile tools. The top slide module is our Joomla XSE slide panel. So you see we have it set at 900, the template size, and the height is 270. And basically all you really need to do is just go down here and select the Fashion Life template and then pay attention to the advanced. We have hide 900. That's telling it to hide this module at 900 pixels and no inner padding. So let's look at the mobile tools. Mobile tools has a show 900 no inner pad. So what that means is it's going to show this module at 900. So we're turning off the slide panel at 900 and we're turning this on at 900. So as you see here, we have our login, we have our register, and we have our search. So if you want to use the core Joomla search, you can just use this that's in there. The core Joomla registration is here. If you want to switch it out for the K2 registration, you just put the link in. Same here for the login. Now let's take a quick look at the template manager. And the template manager is our ecstasy framework. So here's your global settings. Layout, default, mobile device detection, disabled. This is important. This is a responsive template, so it doesn't need the mobile device detection. What mobile device detection does is, once enabled, it's going to load the mobile template, which loads a completely different layout for mobile view. So if you or your client want to have a completely different layout and not use responsive and just have something totally different for mobile only, you go ahead and enable that, and it's going to tell it that anytime that it's on a mobile, show the different template. So here's the layout settings. We have layout settings for default and for the mobile layouts. Here, we're just using our default grid, style 1. If you want to change the template to a different style, this is where you do it. You can leave all this like that. Next, for the grid settings, responsive features are yes. If you select no, then the template will not be responsive. This is the main width of the site. We have a sticky header if you want it. You can turn that on. Here's your header padding. Here's the main menu style. This is dual fish. The drop-down positions where the drop-down starts from. The reason that's in there is if you want to go ahead and change the size of the header, you're going to need to go ahead and change that drop-down position from there. This is the main menu mobile width, so this is what tells it to go ahead and switch the main menu out at, and we're doing it at 900. The region order is 1 through 9, and we went over that in the first video where we talk about how you do the regions. The default mobile hide width for the regions is 885. We're not using that right now, but if you wanted to go ahead and hide a whole region at a level, you set it here. So you can hide it at mobile level. If you turn that on, then it's going to go at 885, hide this whole region. So you see you can have top and bottom padding and left and right padding for each region. And then here you have your left and right columns. This is a left width, a right width, and this is based on a 12-column grid, and it's bootstrapped. So by span 3 means that the component area is going to go ahead and take up the rest of it. So span 4, span 8, span 3, and this is bootstrap 12 columns. So if you're new to this and you want to know about that, just look up how the grid works with bootstrap in a 12 column with the spans. And here in the modules, we have the module show suffix and the mobile hide. So if you just have a module and you put the module class suffix in mobile show, it's going to go ahead and show that module at 900. If you put hide, it'll hide at 900. And that's the core setting for that. Next, we have our style settings. And we have style 1 through 6. So let's go ahead and take a look at style 1 real quick. You see we have our body background color, our background image. Here's our base colors. As you see, this is what's making everything the pink color. And then here we have our header options. We have the wrap background color, the image, and here's where we do the logo. So you can just select your logo here from the drop down, and logo width and height. This does not resize the logo. This is, if your logo is 500 pixels, you're going to put 500 in here, and the height. And then we've given you a website mobile logo image. So if you want to have a different one for mobile version, and then you set the width here. So at 900, let's flip out for this one. Then you have your menu settings. So you can have a background color, your item color, your hover color, active, and all of that. Here's our drop-down level. As you see, we have the background color, the item background color, the hover color, the active. Here's your font colors. And these are for your different regions. Region 1, you can have a full wrap background, the region background wrap. Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all your color settings for the different regions, and then the footer. And here's the core module setting. So the core module background color, transparent. The title will be white. No background image here. The first word color is going to be white, and the second is going to be pink. And then here's your typography styles for your body, your page title, your article color, H1, global link. And now let's go to the typography settings. This has your text direction left or right, your global font size, and this is going to be for just anything that's in there that doesn't have a P class around it. Now this is your P class font family and font size. Here's your main menu font sizes, your component font sizes, your heading font size, your module title font size, breadcrumbs, and all the H's, and here's the font fee. And now let's look at advanced settings. So this is an important part of the template as well. Front page components, no components. So as you see on our front page of our site, all we're using is modules. So if you don't want to show the component on the home page, you select no components. If you just want to show the featured articles that Joomla does on the front page or front page Joomla articles, you just go in here and set that to all components or the component for COM content. Right there. Right now we have jQuery on. Quite a few of our things are using jQuery, so we're pulling in jQuery. If you're having a problem with your website, if you have some jQuery errors because of a third-party component or a module, you might want to go in here and turn the jQuery off and see if that fixes it. This is more or less to go ahead and troubleshoot for conflicts. So that's going to conclude the video tutorial for the administration side. If you go ahead and read up on the docs, you can find everything you need to know. And if you have any questions or issues with the template, feel free to open a support ticket on our main website, and we'll get back to you shortly. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you next time.